So I'm trying to remember those things. The only other thing I want to mention is that although this is actually an event that is not college sponsored, this is an event of the Friends of the Orpheum Theater. And one of the important reasons that you have to know that is that any liability that occurs here is the Friends of the Orpheum Theater, a separate nonprofit organization. But also because the funds raised here, and at this moment, I'm cautiously optimistic that we might make about a $50 profit. Ticket prices might go up a little bit. But the two major things that we do with revenues, the three major things that we do. One is tonight is the first night for Fisher Elementary. This weekend, every household, every kid, and every household from Fisher Elementary will be coming here for free, right? So the Friends of the Orpheum Theater raised $5,000 and gave that to the college. The college is being billed for the movies that will be shown for every elementary school, public and private, in Marshalltown. That's part of where the Friends of the Orpheum Theater money goes to. The other major thing that we do with that is, if you've seen any of the Live After 5 concerts in the summer, we average about 300 people per weekend there. That cost us this year around $19,000. The college has not been billed for any performance of any musician or dancer or poet here since February, right? And the goal of the Friends of the Orpheum Theater is to make sure that that continues, as well as we're looking right now at raising about $9,000 to improve the sound system. So we're going to continue to try to reduce the amount of money that the college needs to support the organization, but in addition, do even higher quality kinds of activities than we were doing before when we were using taxpayer money. So I think this is a resource that benefits Marshalltown. I hope you agree, and you're making it happen too. So thanks a lot.
Everybody still has their little green tickets, right?
Yeah.
So if you're interested in us contacting you in the future, that'd be a good thing to write down your email or your address on, and then just turn it in to us at the end of the evening, and we can start a friends list, okay? I'm walking around here. Can everybody hear me? Most people say that they have no problem hearing me. So as I'm walking around, the first wine we're going to start with tonight is a La Marca Prosecco. It's an Italian champagne, basically. It's their version. It's usually a little less acidic, a tiny bit sweeter, and a little bit more balanced than a regular French champagne or a domestic is. So it's not going to have the high acidity. It's going to be a nice balanced bubbly. And once we pour, I'm going to have you taste this with both the cheeses that you have on your table. Now, one thing that I would like, if you can do it with the cheeses, I know they're small portions, but if you can do it, save a little bit back for when we get to the reds too, because I really want you guys to experience what the difference is between a good pairing and not such a good pairing. I won't leave that on your palate at the end of the night. Promise. Chocolate is at the end. It's dessert. And I don't really want you to mess up chocolate. You'll see in your packet, I started off with pronunciation. It says wine for dummies, but it was the best list I found for just getting a list of pronunciations of various wines.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's Italian. Ciao, bene.
I don't mean to insinuate that any of you have done it.
No, that's right. Your
The Gruit is going to be steak and red wine. That's a congruent pairing. The fat and steak has the perfect composition for the tannins in a big red wine, like a Zinfandel or a Cabernet, or even a strong, bold red blend. They work perfectly with each other. The tannins in a red wine, especially if it's a very tannic red, pull the proteins up from your tongue. It actually pulls the proteins up for you. And when that interacts with the fat of the steak, nothing better. There's nothing better. With that said, if you're trying a filet mignon, which doesn't have a lot of fat in it, you're better off to go with a less bold red wine. If you really want to get all of the flavor out of the steak and the wine, it's best to go with something that's not quite as tannic, still red, but not quite as tannic, like maybe a more fruit-forward red wine. So what I want you to do with that first taste is I want you to come over here to your notes. You have your Marca Prosecco, and I want you to write a line, whether you think that's a complementary or a congruent pairing. So finally, I saw Kim Turner's little ad. I don't know if everybody knows Kim Turner. She worked at Hy-Vee in the kitchen for a long time, fantastic cook. And on Marshalltown for Sale, she had a little ad for the holidays, where she'll make truffles, cookies, and all kinds of fun confections for you. Very reasonable. And I called her up and I said, do you know anything about making ganache truffles? She says, oh yeah, I've done it before. I said, so you have all the equipment, the emulsifier, and yep, I can do it. And she gave me a very reasonable price tonight. So she's the one that actually made these, and instead of the rum that the recipe normally calls for, we used the port that we're going to be trying tonight. And I think they turned out fantastic. So the kudos go to Kim, and if anybody wants to use her, just look her up on Marshalltown for Sale. Type in her name, and you'll get a whole list of things that she's offering for the holidays. Make your holidays easy. She does cookies, she does truffles, she does hard candy, she does all kinds of fun things, and she's very reasonable. So that's...
What's Kim's last name?
Turner.
Turner.
Turner.